Hi, how are you? This is Mr. Marcus. We're gonna practice a few problems for the MAFS bar review packet, the FSA practice. Um, the first question is MAFS 6th grade RP 1.1, and the standard is to understand the concept of a ratio and use ratio language to describe a ratio relationship between two quantities. And this first problem, we have a book checkout table, and I'm going to read a question for you. This table shows the number of books by type checkout from the school library on Monday. We have 4 different groups. We have mystery books, non-fiction, adventure, and humor. And also we have a number of books for each number. We have here 24 for mystery, and then we have 18 for non-fiction, adventure 12, and humor 16. So the first step is to read the question. Use the drop-down menus to correctly complete this statement. For every blank mystery books checkout, since we have the word mystery, we have to go back to the table, and mystery number of books equals 24. So we're going to circle this number right here. Second sentence is blank non-fiction books were checked out, and we have to go back to the table and look for the word non-fiction. And for this group we have 18 number of books. We're gonna circle this group, and now we're gonna have to do our math. So we have 24 mystery books over 18 non-fiction. These two numbers are even numbers, therefore we're gonna divide these two numbers by 2. 24 divided by 2 equals 12. 18 divided by 2 equals 9. Now we're gonna divide these two numbers divided by 3, and then so we have 12 divided by 3 equals 4, and 9 divided by 3 is equals 3. So we're gonna go back here to our question, and we're going to select for every 4 mystery books checkout, 3 non-fiction books were checked out. This is question number 1. Now we're gonna go to question number 2. It's similar. Question number 2. Mr. Keenan, a band teacher, wanted to know if certain types of instruments are more appealing to one gender to another. So he conducted a survey of his students' preferences. The results are compiled in the chart below. We have 4 different groups. Here. We have strings, woodwind, brass, and percussion. We have the number of boys per each group, and then also we have girls. We have 4 different numbers. Part A is what is the ratio of the number of girls preferring woodwind instruments to the number of boys preferring woodwind instruments. Just to be clear here, the first group is the number of girls preferring woodwind, so we're gonna go to girls. right there. Since it's the win, which is the second one, we are going to select 30. Then we have the word 2 here, which indicate that this is a ratio, and we're gonna use this number line here that represents a ratio. Underneath, we're gonna input the second group, which is the number of boys preferring woodwind instruments. So we're gonna go to the boys groups, since it's a woodwind, so it's 19 here. The number is 19. So the number here, 30, goes right here in the top, which is the first group, and the second group goes underneath, which is this is numerator, this is the denominator. First group mentioned in the sentence goes all the time in the numerator, and the second group mentioned in the problem goes underneath or the denominator. This question has 3 different parts. Part B is what is the ratio of the number of boys preferring percussion instruments to the total number of boys who were surveyed. In order to avoid any mistakes, this is what you can do. You actually are going to highlight the first group. What is the ratio of number of boys preferring percussion instruments to the total number of boys who were surveyed. The total. You have to be careful with this question. Alright, so we go back to the table, and boys percussion is equals to boys percussion is equals 32. In order to avoid the confusion, we are going to select this with a square here, which is 32, and the total boys is 15 plus 19 plus 27 plus 32. So you can do the math here. 15, 19 boys, 27, 32. So we have here, we have to add all these numbers, and we have here 16, 18, then we have 23 here, we carry 2, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, 93. It's gonna be the number underneath. So the first group is 32 over 93. Look, we have 32 over 93. Ratios can be represented in many forms, like 32 over 93 also will be represented with these 2 dots here. 32, 93. The third method will be 32 to 93. Now part C is, I'm going to read the question. Let me move this right here a little bit up. So we have, to make the color purple, Jamal's art teacher instructing him to mix equal parts of red paint and blue paint. So pretty much we have two groups here, right? We have two groups. We have the first group, which is red paint, and then we have another group which is the blue paint. So just to be organized, we can do this. We have red and also we have blue. It's very important to take notes during the test. We have red and blue. Alright. To make a different shade of purple, the ratio of red paint to blue paint is 2:1. Now remember, the first group mentioned is all the time in the top. Okay, the word 2 is representing with this line, with a line right here. This pretty much is going to represent the word 2. This is the first group. The first group goes all the time here on the top. Alright, and then the second group, which is blue, goes here at the bottom. Alright, we can make this right here, whoop, like that. Alright, so they already give us the two groups, and they also say that this ratio of red paint to blue paint is 2/1. So let's see. So for this particular question is just to type your answer in the space provided. It's just to make it's not actually to find any number, but is to explain what is the meaning of the ratio 2:1. With one answer could be the student might explain the meaning of 2:1 using a ratio language such as, for every 2 red parts there is 1 blue part. That could be an answer for this, for question number 3. Let me see. Question number 4. Question number 4. We have two people, Abe and Malik, both stay after school on Wednesdays to practice their instruments. Abe practiced for 30 minutes. Every time that you have one paragraph, the first thing to do is to identify sentences. Every sentence is going to provide you one idea, and you have to take notes. Here in this problem, we know that we have two people. Alright, the first person is Abe, the second person is Malik. Right, so both stay after school on Wednesday to practice their instruments. Abe practiced for 30 minutes. This person practiced for 30 minutes. Okay, Malik practiced 10 minutes longer. Now the word longer means that you have to 10 minutes more. If Abe did it for 30, if Malik practiced 10 minutes more, so that could be a total of 40 minutes. 40 minutes. Okay, now select all the ratios. Select all. When you have this kind of question, most likely you're gonna have more than one answer. Anyway, be careful, maybe it's only one. So select all the ratios that compare A's practice time, A practice time to Malik practice time. So now, first thing to do in ratios is actually to identify which one is the first group and which one is the second group. Okay, so we have here, let me see, let me use another tool here so you can see this more clearly. We have here, the first group is select all the ratios that compare A practice time. A. So this pretty much is gonna be, you see here, the first group. Okay, it's gonna be the first group. A practice is gonna be the first group. The word to, this is the first group. The word to means this line right here. Malik practice time. Malik is the last group. Malik is the last group. So therefore we're gonna put it here at the bottom. Alright? Remember, the word to is gonna be expressed by this line. Okay? Or also can be expressed with these two dots. Alright? In the middle. So let's see. When we have fractions, it's much easier to actually to simplify. Okay, so we have 30 over 40. Also is expressed equals to 3 over 4 because you have to cancel these two zeros at the end. So pretty much you have two answers. The first answer is this one right here, which is E, and the second answer is letter B, 3/4. Okay, so we have 3/4, and also we have 30 over 40. Right? Oop. Okay, now question number 5. Question number 5. At the local aquarium there are 10 dolphins, 8 penguins, and 4 whales. We have 3 different groups. The sentence ends right here, so we have to take notes. Alright? If there is something you have to take notes, start with the first sentence. Okay, there are 10 dolphins. Dolphins, you have 10. Right? Then we have 8 penguins. We have to write down penguins. The number is 8. We're going to put this number here. And then we have a third group, which is whales. And this is 4. Right? We have 10 dolphins, 8 penguins, and 4 whales. Now we're going to start the second sentence, which is actually the question. What is the ratio of penguins? So we're going to stop here just to mark this first group. Remember, the first group goes all the time in the top. Okay, the penguins is the first group, which is 8. The word to is this line here, and we have the second group, which is whales. Okay, this is whales here, which is the second group. Whales is 4. We have penguins and whales. Okay, whales go here on the bottom. Okay, so now this 8 over 4 also is represented as a 2 over 1. Alright? Why? Because 8 divided by 4 is equals to, and 4 divided by 4 is 1. So the final answer is going to be letter C.